Hi, so we're going to discuss about the ozone depletion now. So at the very beginning, the ozone depletion, we need to understand the ozone gas first. So the ozone is a natural gas. It is found in the two different layers of the atmosphere. The ozone in the troposphere is bad because it dirties the air and helps to form the smog, which is not good to breathe. And another ozone, which is in the stratosphere, that's good because it protects the life on the earth by absorbing some of the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. That's a UV rays. Uh, so the first thing we need to know about that, what are the basically what contributes to the ozone depletion at the very first. So let's check that out. The causes of ozone depletion. So the ozone depletion can be caused by both the sources, by the natural and the human. The natural sources can be the HOX, methane, H2, and NOx. Whereas the human induced can be the CFC in stratosphere and which basically takes a couple of reactions. We'll discuss them further. So that is the CFCs, and then the chlorine atoms which reacts with the you know with the ozone, which forms the chlorine monoxide. So we'll discuss about those things. So let's first jump on the CFC, which is the very first gas which depletes the ozone. Now let us do like this. The very first thing we need to know about the CFC is that it is a non-corrosive, plus it is non-toxic, plus it is non-inflammable. And most importantly, it cannot be removed from atmosphere by usual processes like photo, dissociation, that is through the sunlight, or the rainout, or the oxidation. So this is what it makes more harmful. And more importantly, the CFC is thermally stable. Therefore, it can survive in troposphere. Now we'll see that how exactly it depletes and how exactly it reacts with the ozone which depletes it. So for that, so just imagine that the CFC generally have the one carbon atom, the one fluorine atom, and the three chlorine atoms. So we can write it like this: C, F, Cl. There is another Cl here and another Cl here. So like this. Now then, on this CFC, the UV strikes to it. This is UV. It breaks into the C atom, F, and two chlorine atoms. And what we have left with the one chlorine atom here. Now this chlorine atom actually is a main problem because it reacts with ozone. That is what we can say that this is the first step. Now in the second step, the chlorine and the ozone that we have got, they react and result into the formation of the chlorine monoxide plus the oxygen, and this is chlorine monoxide. Now this further reacts with the oxygen atom. So we can write this thing as further reacts with oxygen atom. So in the third step, we can say that ClO plus O, this will result into the ClO plus O2, right? ClO, wait a second, Cl, and this is O2, right? Now here what we can see is that the chlorine has been formed again. So therefore it continue to deplete ozone. Thus we can say that it is catalytic. Yes, means it is creating again and again, it is destroying the ozone, converted into the oxygen, and then again it creates a chlorine again. So its cycle keep on repeating again, and this is how the CFC affects our ozone depletion. Now the other gas which plays a crucial role in depletion of ozone is nitrous oxide. Nitric oxide, I'm sorry. NO. This is nitric oxide. This also catalytically destroys ozone. So like this. So in the very first step, we have nitric oxide. When it reacts with ozone, it will create the nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. In the second step, this nitrogen dioxide, it reacts with a single oxygen atom, results into the NO again and oxygen. So it is created again. So it is again, again as like a cycle, like in the CFC itself, where the NO was there initially, and when the end of the cycle, the NO has been created again. So it keep on in the cyclic loop and resulting into the depletion of ozone. The third gas which plays a role is bromine. Now the bromine contains halogens and the hydrofluorocarbons, and because of this, each bromine atom destroys 100 times more ozone molecules than chlorine atom. So this is actually more dangerous than the previous two. So if you see its reaction, then it goes something like this. We have a bromine. When it reacts with the ozone, it will result into the bromine monoxide plus oxygen molecules. And when this bromine monoxide, when reacts with the chlorine monoxide, it results in the formation of oxygen plus bromine plus chlorine. So here it has been created again, and more importantly, the chlorine is also created again, and which is actually the more scary part here. So this is how the bromine plays a role. The similar concept is also for the other two gases, that is basically the carbon tetrachloride CCCl4 and the methyl chloroform. So you need to remember these name of these gases, the details of these gases maybe they won't ask you, but still you should know, because if the question comes into the main that how the ozone depletion occurs, then you can mention these things here. So all of these basically major 6 gases, they destroy the ozone. Now, there are few ozone monitoring organizations which exist which keeps track of how much ozone has been left and how much is destroyed. So these are the four major organizations. So ozone monitoring organization. The very first comes is World Meteorological Organization, WMO. The second one is the World Weather Watch, WWW. The third one is the Integrated Global Ocean Service System. Ocean Services System. And the fourth one is the Global Climate Observing System. So these are the four major organizations. Apart from that, you know, there is also a role played by the polar stratospheric clouds. We'll discuss that thing in the next lecture.